have a very good feeling that today is going to be a good episode. I was able to use some of my psychology knowledge to build some of the concepts we're going to talk about today. Anyway, okay, what are we talking about today? We're talking about confidence. I was able to come up with 4 little tips on how to basically conceptualize confidence and how to think about it, because this was the only way for me to make my confidence real. It was the only way for me to actually conceptualize it and be like, oh, okay, this is how I get to having real confidence in myself naturally without having to worry about me making a mistake or anything like that. So the first thing that I really drilled into my head was that confidence is a game, and to know how to play a game, I feel like you have to know how to be able to beat it. There are certain steps on how to get full mastery over it, kind of like the final boss in a video game. So you do all these little things to get there, and then you have the power to fully conquer personal confidence. When I used to tell people, okay, hey, I don't believe in myself, or I don't believe that I could do this, I would hear a lot of, oh, fake it till you make it. Never really made sense to me. It didn't click as to why that would work or why I should do it, because I'm still not confident in myself. Fake it till you make it is basically the concept of cognitive dissonance, and I was so proud of myself when I put this together. Cognitive dissonance is basically a term in psychology, and it basically means it's when your brain experiences discomfort because it has 2 opposing opinions inside, and it cannot sew them together, and they're just basically 2 conflicting beliefs, and it's like getting agitated because it doesn't know what to do and what to believe. Your brain naturally attempts to resolve the dissonance by connecting your internal thoughts with what you're doing on the outside. So if you are thinking, okay, inside, I'm not confident in myself, I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm lost, and I don't believe in myself. But on the outside, you are personifying yourself like,
oh yeah, I'm completely confident in myself, I believe in myself, I know I can do this no matter what it is.
Eventually, over time, your brain has no other choice but then to link the internal thought and what you're doing on the outside together. And the end goal, obviously, is to make whatever you're thinking on the inside connect to what you're thinking on the outside, which means you actually believe that you're confident in yourself, and you are confident in yourself no matter what you're doing. Consistently doing this rewires your brain by literally, this sounds like a joke, creating new neural pathways in your brain that makes yourself believe that you genuinely are confident in yourself. When you're confident on the outside, people are not as perceiving as we expect them to be when we're self-conscious about ourselves. So the moment we have any type of, even if it's a little bit fake, any type of confidence, people will perceive it as real because they can't go inside your head or see what you're thinking about. And that is like a fear of mine, that people can't see what I'm thinking, especially when I'm not thinking something I'm supposed to be thinking in that situation. I just feel like, what if everybody knew what I was thinking, right? That is a real fear, and I feel like it needs to be acknowledged more. Anyway, the point is, people can't do that. Realistically, it can't happen. Maybe it'll happen in the future. Just be confident in yourself, for real, because then nobody can see through that. People believing you're confident, then they're returning your energy, and then you get that energy. And it's kind of like, if you've ever taken biology, it's kind of like a positive feedback loop, I guess. You're putting something out and then getting something back, which results in you putting out what you had already put out. So you exerting positive energy allows people to give that positive energy back, and then you feel really good, and you give positive, and they give positive energy, and you give positive energy, and it's just like this really, really good loop that kind of reinforces sincere confidence in yourself. You have to fake it to the point where it's real. And the concept of cognitive dissonance is so apparent here. Like, you have to be able to understand that concept, first of all, to consciously link the 2 opposing ideas to one idea, which is the one that you want, which is you actually having confidence in yourself. One thing that can happen during this is is imposter syndrome. And I feel like maybe a lot of people think that imposter syndrome is something that you get when you are the imposter. Imposter syndrome is what you get. It's basically a feeling that you have that you are a fraud, or you have a constant fear of being exposed as a fraud because you're doubting your accomplishments and you don't actually believe that you deserve them, but you literally have worked hard to get to where you are and you deserve everything that you have. That is imposter syndrome. And I feel like that can happen during like this process of kind of trying to gain sincere confidence in yourself, because for probably, I'm assuming the longest time, at least this is how it is for me, long time I never had sincere confidence. I always lived in this cloud of like nervousness, so I don't know what that feels like, and I don't feel like I deserve it. You don't have to go to the ends of the earth and accomplish something and help millions and millions of people to be able to be like, yeah, I really believe that I did this, and like I'm confident in myself now because I know I can do anything. That's really not how it works. And I feel like a lot of people lose their confidence because they compare themselves to other people and be like,
well, I didn't do what they did, and so I don't deserve to believe in myself because clearly I can't do anything.
In the process of thinking that, you're forgetting everything you've ever accomplished, which everybody has their own life. So you can never compare yourself to somebody else and lose your confidence in the process. Believing in yourself is a type of comfort, and it gives your mind like a safe place where you can kind of relax and be like, okay, I know that whenever I go through, I can do it, or whatever obstacle comes like into my way, I can deal with it. When you don't have that confidence in yourself, your brain is in a constant flight or fight mode, and it gets very tiring to the point where you're just going to be exhausted at one point, because like you can't keep living like that. Your brain cannot keep being on alert mode. But being confident in yourself gives you that, your brain, that safe space, so when it actually has to deal with a problem, it has enough energy to do so, and it's not constantly stressed out all the time. Overcoming imposter syndrome basically has to do with you recognizing that the feelings of imposter syndrome are common, and you need to separate them from your belief in your actual competence, because it has nothing to do with that, and it's just like a side effect of this journey. And when you realize that, it's a lot easier to overcome it rather than like letting it take you down for no reason. Another thing I want to bring up is cognitive reconstructing. So reframing your negative thoughts and focusing on things that you have already succeeded in the past, to the point where you can conquer the feelings of, oh my god, I can't do it, or I'm never gonna be able to do this, or whatever hard thing comes into my way I won't be able to handle. Those are gone. Remind yourself of the things that you have been able to overcome, and don't let your feelings of imposter syndrome topple that over. And if you want to tell me that, well, I've never done anything honorable or like successful in my past, then go out and do something. Go out and explore and find new opportunities to do something where you can prove to yourself, I know I can do this, and I can learn, I can grow, I can build confidence in myself that I can try out new things and build new skills, which means those new skills can be used to build other new skills. And through that process, you gain confidence in yourself because you are seeing with your own two eyes that you can do things and you can be good at them and you can be successful and you can feel honored even when you're trying new things and going through new experiences and, you know, stepping out of your comfort zone. If you can't do it, it's not the end of the world. I would honestly say in that situation, positive affirmations of things like, and that sounds so cringy, but I'm being so serious, telling yourself positively reinforcing things and going out and looking for support from other people, whether it's your parents, your friends, their reality check can help put you in a place where you actually understand what's going on. Because I feel like a lot of people, when they rely on their own opinions about their situation, they undermine what they can actually do. And I've seen this myself. Like, I do this all the time, even knowing this, because it's like, it's almost natural to me doing that and being able to be like, oh yeah, no, I don't think I can do this, and then backing down. But then having somebody else to tell me, hey, I don't know why you're thinking that, but I think you can, and I don't think you're taking a risk by doing this or being irresponsible. Just do it and see what happens. Why are you thinking about, oh yeah, I can't do it? The other day, I literally had one of my friends be like, I don't know why you keep saying this, but nobody else thinks that you can do it. You're the only one. That's true, because I feel that trying something and failing at it is worse than not trying at all, but it's really not. So why am I doing that to myself? I don't understand, which is why when I came to that like personal realization, I was like, okay, but I'm going through this type of problem, I need to bounce it off of somebody else, because that's the only way I'm gonna get a real like diagnosis of what's actually going on in the situation. Okay, number 3, body language. Okay, body language is something important, and it has to do with that concept of cognitive dissonance and how what you do on the outside will eventually be paired with what you're thinking on the inside, even if in the beginning they are two completely opposite different ideas. The role of body language and confidence is something that I am still working on myself, and it's something you have to be very, very conscious about, because people who are not naturally confident in themselves don't actively think about what kind of movement their body is doing when they socialize with other people. That takes an effect on the energy that you put outside, and then the energy that people relay back to you, which then again affects the energy that you put outside. It's like a loop, and if you're trying to change what is happening inside, that energy loop depends on you, not other people. I'm gonna say some basic things because I feel like I need to if I'm talking about this. My camera's about to die. Holy gosh. Standing tall with your shoulders back, making direct eye contact, gestures. I do that sometimes. I actually do that naturally, so I got kind of lucky with that. Open posture. Let people come in and talk to you. That means you are also very open to being, talking to other people. That energy that you're relaying, other people will relay back, which sends those positive signals to your brain, and you naturally just become more confident. That's just how it works. You get those feelings of self-reassurance through that process, and the more and more you do it, you will naturally get confident without even having to think about it at one point. That is honestly what I have for you today. My camera's about to die, so I really need to finish this up. I hope this was useful to you, and I will be back soon with another episode. I promise. I'm filming that in 2 days. I'm in the process of writing the script, and I hope this was useful, and I hope you guys have a great morning or a great night or great evening, good afternoon. I don't know, depending on when you're listening to this, and I will see you guys